Yo, good to see ya, or good to be seen by ya. Yeah, I'm recording this in Racine, Wisconsin, which is my hometown and where I grew up. And yeah, I've been back here like maybe a month and a half, and it's been awesome being back. And I've visited before, but to be able to come back and spend real time has been cool. I've gotten to reconnect with old friends and family that I haven't seen in years, and I've got to visit different places and see how things have changed, and to come back as a changed person, that's been a unique experience. And I feel like there's been healing there, and maybe even redemptive, to be able to right a couple wrongs and just see how God's hand has been in this. Yeah, I think it's been humbling too, because I just know it's a second chance, and I know that it's undeserved. Yeah, I came back for my sister's wedding, and so to come back for a celebration, it's just very different from how I left. And yeah, it's something that I guess I'm not sure if I didn't know if I'd ever make it back. I wasn't sure about much when I left, but yeah, to come back, it's been awesome. It's been cool. I've still gotten a chance to do some more interviews or conversations, and so there's more on the way. And I think I'm really excited about where things are going, and how this is progressing. And yeah, each one has been interesting. It's been special in its own way and unique. And I think I've been encouraged and uplifted. But I think some of them have been difficult. And some I felt challenged and maybe confused. Yeah, it's something that maybe I've been battling with and really wrestling with. I think whether to post or share some. And I say that because I feel like if you're watching this, it's not just by chance, and I don't think it's some coincidence. And I also think that I feel maybe a certain weight or responsibility that comes with that I could always point and guide you in the right direction, point you towards Christ. But something I've seen is it doesn't always go how I expected it. And yeah, I think that life and faith and maybe our beliefs and circumstances, they can collide. And sometimes maybe our circumstances can win over our faith and belief. And I know I've seen that in my own life, and it's something I've experienced and I've gone through, where I've lost faith or lost hope. So it's not anything new. It's just I've really wrestled with sharing other people going through it. And that's been difficult for me. And it's been especially eye-opening to see maybe some people who have poured into my life and impacted me and helped build my faith, to see them maybe depart from it or stray from that path. Yeah, I just think that's been tough. And so that's something I really wrestle with sharing or not. But I do know also that God meets us where we're at. And yeah, I know that these are real experiences. And I know they're real circumstances. And people have real doubts and real questions. And so I just never wanted to hide from those either. But like I said, God does meet us where we're at. And I definitely think he gives us grace to grow through these times. And I think he'll put people in our path to help guide us and direct us in the right direction. And yeah, I know that if we stay to his word, that that we'll have discernment as well, and we'll be able to like maybe see truth and know when we're starting to sway a little. But I also know this. I know that if you are doubting or going through periods of unbelief and have questions, that we're in pretty good company. And the Bible is full of people who have doubted, who have questioned God. Man, people who at one point had great faith and stood in the face of great opposition and boldly proclaimed, and then they didn't. Man, I know God used people in such a mighty way, and then even those people struggled and gone through things. And man, God reminded me of this as I'm wrestling internally with all this stuff. And man, I think of Abraham and King David, but one in particular that stood out to me was Peter. And man, there's this event where Jesus and the disciples are at the Last Supper, and Jesus is telling everyone basically what's going to go down. And he says that this group is going to be dismantled, and that everyone's going to go in opposite directions, and they're going to fall away, basically, from faith. And Peter boldly proclaims, I will never fall away. And man, Jesus, he has to tell him, he said, Peter, this very night you will deny me and disown me. I love though that Peter, he like doubles down and he says, even if I have to die, I'll never deny you. And if you know the rest of the story, Peter would go on to deny Christ. Man, and he was shattered. He went through it after that. But the cool thing is the story doesn't end there. And Peter's faith was restored. And it was restored by Jesus personally. So I think that just, as I'm wrestling with this, I think it just gives me hope and encouragement that, maybe we'll all go through these times of a lack of faith or unbelief. And I know I've gone through it, but I know how God has used other people to help build me back up. And I know that, man, he's put a lot of things in my path to help restore my faith. And so I'm encouraged that we could do that for each other. And I think that's my prayer with this, and maybe talking with people in conversations, that meant that it would be a faith builder, and that together we could help restore and reignite our faith, and maybe even be the spark that would ignite someone else's faith. Yeah, so I just hope you're encouraged. I just want to encourage you that, man, God has a plan for all of us, and I believe he's going to see us through. And I believe he's faithful. And yeah, let me leave you with this. I got a verse here. It's Romans 12:11 through 13. It says, don't burn out. Keep yourselves fueled in a flame. Be alert servants of the master, cheerfully expectant. Don't quit in hard times. Pray all the harder. Help needy Christians. And be inventive in hospitality. Love you guys.